Morning Aurora. The time is 9 a.m. and you are listening to and watching Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. It is Monday. We are back. It is the 12th of August. It's a new day. It's a new week. And we hope that you guys are waking up feeling blessed, refreshed, and happy and ready to get things going on through this week. So as we can see here, here's the outlook for the week. Generally dry through Wednesday, showers and some storms by Thursday. So what does that mean and what can we expect? Let's talk about it. Today, we can expect a daytime high of 80 degrees with a daytime low of 74 degrees. And there's a 20 to 30% chance of rain and storms mainly through central Illinois. So keep that in mind, please. Now going into this evening, 65 degrees for the nighttime high, 55 degrees for the nighttime low. A very nice, clear night tonight. Some clouds are expected, but no rain or anything like that. Going into tomorrow, check it out. 84 degrees for the daytime high, 80 degrees for the daytime low. And it's going to be a sunny day tomorrow with some cloud cover in the sky as well that we can expect, but nothing too dramatic. Now, as we get into tomorrow evening, check it out. 68 degrees for the nighttime high, 58 degrees for the nighttime low. A clear night tomorrow as well, taking us into Wednesday. Check it out. 86 degrees for the daytime high on Wednesday, 82 degrees for Wednesday's daytime low. Now, cooler near the lake temperatures for both Tuesday and Wednesday as well, but there should be more cloud cover on Wednesday that we can expect. Now, although that cloud cover is going to be a little bit heavier on Wednesday than it was on Tuesday, it hasn't really increased the temperature that much. See? From 84 to 86 degrees. Now getting into Wednesday night, 69 degrees for the nighttime high, 63 degrees for the nighttime low. There is rain predicted on Wednesday night. So it appears it'll be a cloudy night on Wednesday. 40 to 60% chance of rain. Thursday, 81 degrees for the daytime high, 77 degrees for the daytime low. A 60 to 80% chance of thunderstorms on Thursday. Keep in mind that 60 to 80% chance does persist. Check it out. Thursday night, 69 degrees for the nighttime high, 65 degrees for the nighttime low. That 60 to 80% chance is a 60 to 70% chance now. So thunderstorms in the daytime, going with us into the evening. Friday, 82 degrees for the daytime high, 79 degrees for the daytime low. And Friday looks like it'll be a thunderstormy day as well. That's a new word that I just made up. I know you guys like that. You can use that too. Thunderstormy. 30 to 50% chance of thunderstorms on Friday. Now that 30 to 50% chance goes into the nighttime with us and becomes a 20 to 30% chance. Friday night, 69 degrees for the nighttime high, 65 degrees for the nighttime low on Friday. Now, let's recap. Today, a daytime high of 80 degrees with a daytime low of 74 degrees. Don't forget that there is a 20 to 30% chance of storms and rain today. Although it's going to be cloudy with some sun, we may experience some rain. Tomorrow, 84 degrees for the daytime high, 80 degrees for the daytime low. Wednesday, 86 degrees for the daytime high, 82 degrees for the daytime low on Wednesday. Then getting into Thursday, check it out. 81 degrees for the daytime high, 77 degrees for the daytime low. And on Friday, 82 degrees for the daytime high, 79 degrees for the daytime low. That is your weather report here on Good Morning Aurora, the second largest city's first daily news podcast. We have an interesting show for you guys today. For those young audiences, we are going to do another episode of Word Up with Mr. C, and we're going to talk about La Clima, otherwise known as the weather, and tell you how we got to what you see behind me. Let's begin. Good morning, guys. We are back. We are back. And as I mentioned to you before, we have something different for you guys today, something special and something new. I have been impressed by all the great things that I've seen our kids achieving. And as a parent, I like to take a special time to make sure that we include everybody in the morning message. That means everybody. So for all the young audiences out there, this is another episode of Word Up with Mr. C. And today we're going to discuss the atmosphere and the weather. Coming off of the weather report, which comes from the National Weather Service of Chicago, you may be wondering to yourself, how did we get there? How did we get here? How does a meteorologist discover what the barometric pressure is? And Curtis, what does that even mean? What kind of clouds are in the sky? Today, we're going to talk all about that. I want to say good morning to Aisha Saxon, Stacy Cardona, Hugo Salted Jerry, dear friend. Good morning, Hugo. Zora Zapata, she says, I love this weather. Daniel Calderon as well gets a shout out. Hey, before we go any further, I want to say thank you to Second Ward Alderwoman Wani Garza for the great ice cream social yesterday. It was a really good time, saw a lot of good friends out there, and it was good to be in the community. All right, so today, Earth's atmosphere and weather. Today we're going to explore Earth's atmosphere, its role in the weather, and factors affecting the weather. Aren't you excited? So am I. Next slide. All right, so today's focus is going to be, number one, Earth's atmosphere, okay? Number two, the weather. Number three, factors affecting the weather. Number four, predicting the weather, okay? Number five, precipitation and air pressure. All of those things contribute to what you see and what you feel on a day-to-day basis with climate and weather. And that's everywhere. It's not just in Aurora. It's not just in Anchorage, Alaska. It's just not in Arlington, Virginia. It's all over the place. Let's move on. All right. Now, everybody knows that one thing you should do is dress for the weather. Obviously, if it's going to be hot outside, wear a short sleeve shirt like this. If it's going to be a little bit cold, hey, put the long sleeve on, put a sweater on or something like that. But you gotta dress for the weather. Now let's do a cool exercise here. All right. Now, Jam lives in Wyoming and wants to go out on a Saturday morning to play. Sounds like fun, right? Let's continue. What should she wear based on the weather forecast shown? Now, the pin location right here, that's Wyoming. Now, let's pause real quick. What do we notice, first of all, about this location? It's telling us that we can expect rain, cloudy conditions, right? And thunderstorms. Because you see here, in other parts, we've got sunshine, right? So if you've got sunshine, and you've got rain, you got to dress for that. So what's the answer going to be? Yes, absolutely. This is the correct outfit to wear. You want to be bundled up. You want to have something on to protect yourself from the rain. Don't get rained on. Don't do that. All right, let's move on. Now, here are our outcomes today. By the end of this lesson, we will be able to do three things. Number one, describe the role of Earth's atmosphere in the weather. Everything matters. And did you know that there's many different layers to the Earth's atmosphere? We'll talk about that. We'll get there. We'll get there. All right. Second outcome that we'll be able to achieve is we'll be able to name the main factors affecting weather. Again, weather is a combination of many natural factors all taking place at one time to produce that outcome. And number three, last but not least, we will be able to, come on this side for you, explain the link between air pressure and precipitation. Now, that's also important as well. The way we feel outside, what we feel, the wind, all that stuff is air pressure, and precipitation, as you guys know, is rain, okay? So when it's precipitating, it's rain. That's one of those words you learn when you're a kid and you're like, yes, I found out something very interesting and very strong and powerful. All right, moving on. Now, Earth's atmosphere. What exactly is Earth's atmosphere? Curtis, what is this thing right here? Well, let me show you what it is. Are you guys ready? This is the troposphere. The troposphere is the very first layer of the Earth's atmosphere. You see that? And as denoted by the emoji with the plane, that's the atmosphere or atmospheric level with which air travel happens at. Did you know that? No, you didn't. You did not. All right. Number one, it is the gaseous layer that blankets the Earth. Very important stuff. Okay. And number two, almost all weather occurs in the lowest layer, in the troposphere. You see this? Amazing. That's where almost all the weather occurs. Almost all weather occurs in the lowest layer, the troposphere. It contains about 99% of the atmosphere's water vapor. Now, ask yourself this question. If 99% of the water in the atmosphere's vapor is contained there, where is the other 1% at? Where is that located? We'll find out together, won't we? All right. The time is 9:12 a.m. Let's move on. Okay, now, what is weather? Very good question. What is weather? How did we get to where we're at? And what can we expect? Well, weather, it is the condition of Earth's atmosphere at a given time and place. Now, like we just talked about, it could be different in two different places at the same time. It can be sunny in California and rainy in Philadelphia at the exact same time. So keep that in mind. Think about that. Remember that. It doesn't have to be the same weather in the same exact place. Okay? All right. Next, what is weather? Well, it is what you see outside on any particular day. When we started off this lesson, we started off with a basic understanding of the factors of precipitation, water vapor, and climate. Weather is completely different. Okay? Let's move on. All right. Now, the main factors affecting weather. Very important stuff here. This is where the rubber meets the road when it comes to understanding weather. Okay? Now, number one of the most important things to understand about the weather is that the moisture in the air or humidity plays a huge role. When you see temperatures of like 86 degrees, 87, 88 degrees, upper 80 temperatures, but you also see rain mixed in there, that's going to produce humid conditions, all right? And that humidity, that's when you start to feel that icky feeling. That's when you start to feel like, wow, you feel like you're sweating even though you just got out of the shower. That's humidity for you. There's a difference between dry heat and humidity as well, okay? Moving on. These factors are interesting because all of them play a key role. Now, cloudiness is also a main factor, okay? In the weather report before we started this Word Up with Mr. C episode, we showed you guys the cloudiness that's coming in the daytime and nighttime and the different factors of rain that's going to produce. So please stay involved and stay in touch with that. Wind speed and direction, right? And this is a weather vane for those who don't know at home. I don't know if kids know this anymore, but those are called weather vanes. There used to be a time where people would put that on their roof and then that would dictate which way the weather was going. That's how you would know. But I don't think they have those anymore. Anyway, wind speed and direction is a major factor that affects the weather, okay? When you have high temperatures, high winds, all of that can contribute to a forecast. Now, I want to say good morning to Cheryl Gegenheimer. Good morning. And Corey Ingram is here. Good morning. And Stacy Cardona says it was a good time. Stacy Cardona is referencing the ice cream social that took place at McCarty Park yesterday. It was a really good time. All right. Next factor affecting weather, temperature. Absolutely, the temperature affects the weather. Heat, cold, wind, lake effect snow. All of those terms you hear about and have heard about in the weather traditionally. Okay. Next, air pressure. Air pressure combined with cloudiness and temperature is a main factor affecting the weather. And then last but not least, as we talked about, precipitation. Precipitation is very important as well. Will it rain? How long will it rain? Where will it rain? All of those and all of these different factors behind me contribute to the daily weather report that we all experience. Remember, one more time, I'm going to tell you guys, it can be sunny and rainy at the exact same time, two different places. Next slide. All right. Now we have predicting weather. So Um, a meteorologist is a person that studies Earth's atmosphere to predict and understand the weather. Pretty easy, right? And a weather forecast, it is an estimate of future weather conditions depending on several factors: wind direction, temperature, air pressure, etc., like we just talked about. And look at this guy. He's a meteorologist. See? Looking at that fireball. It's going to be hot in Aurora. Probably Aurora that he's looking at right there. All right. Next. Okay. Now we've got there we go, right there. All right. So now there's a 3-day weather forecast in Oregon displayed here. You guys hear that voice? All right. 3-day weather forecast display here. What is the weather on Tuesday in Oregon? Take a look, kids. Do you see what we got here? We see Monday. We see Tuesday. Don't take a look. And we see Wednesday, right? Okay. What's the weather Tuesday in Oregon? It is cloudy and windy, 61 degrees. See? Anybody can do this. Even you. You can be a weatherman too. All right. Now, the easy part about this is that they gave us the chart. They gave us the days. They gave us a basic emoji letting us know what the temperature is going to be. Then they gave us the breakdown at the bottom. Now, if you notice, when we do the weather, that's what we call tops and bottoms, okay? Tops are daytime temps. Bottoms are nighttime temps. So we do tops and bottoms, okay? Now, what should you bring if you plan to go out on Wednesday? Let's take a look at Wednesday's weather. Rainy and windy, 57 degrees. What should you bring if you're going out Wednesday? I would bring an umbrella. Got to bring an umbrella. Got to bring an umbrella. Remember, if it's going to be rainy and windy, dress for that. Prepare for that. All right, next. Now, we are back to our weather report. Now, I hope that you guys look at the weather report differently, okay? We just talked about what? Rain. See that? We talked about wind. We talked about cloudiness. We talked about all these things. So, if you're going to start out with 80-degree temperatures in the daytime and you increase, then you have a drop from 86 to 81 in one day. What's happening in the evening time? You see that? The rain that starts here continues into Thursday and goes during the rest of the week. You guys see the transition? The transition is Wednesday. See that? Wednesday is where it happens at. Tuesday night, 68 degrees for the nighttime high. Clear skies. Look at all of that. A lot more cloudiness predicted on Wednesday. Far less sun. Temperatures are higher, right? Rain at night, 69 degrees for the nighttime high. That transitions into a potential storm on Thursday, and that continues. Thursday night, Friday. Friday night, we don't know what the weather may bring on the weekend, but that's how you can tell. That's the magic of the weather. So it's not just some weather report. Tom Skilling used to do this for years. He didn't just give you weather and throw you about your way. No. You have to educate, inspire, and let people know everything matters and all factors matter in this weather. So this is another episode of Word Up with Mr. C. I think that you guys will enjoy more of these great episodes that we have coming up. And again, these are for a younger audience. There's also a bilingual version called Puedo Leer, which means I can read in Spanish. And those episodes are hosted and curated by Luz Cayetano. So you guys will see that as well. And she does weather, she does animals. And one of these days, she's going to do the monarch butterfly and tell you all about that fantastic animal. All right. So right now, we are going to wrap up this episode of Word Up with Mr. C. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I hope that you guys can feel a little bit better now when you guys go outside and see the weather and tell mom, hey mom, listen, you see those cumulonimbus clouds? we may have a little bit of showers this evening. Be blessed. See you guys tomorrow. Take care of yourself and each other.
Not your bank's top priority? Here at Wintrust, we take a different approach to banking. No hidden fees or runarounds, but a true banking partner focused on your unique financial goals. Whether you're opening your first account, found your dream home, planning for the future, or starting a business, we have the financial solutions to get you there. Stop settling and start experiencing a better way to bank. Wintrust, different approach, better results.